Betrayal shakes something deep in a marriage. It doesn't just break trust, it breaks safety. And when your safety is gone, even in the smallest things, it can feel so threatening. If you've ever wondered, can we ever get back to what we had? Or am I a fool to try again? You are not alone. Today we're breaking down what healing after betrayal really looks like, why the wound doesn't just disappear just because someone says sorry, and how trust can be rebuilt with wisdom instead of fear. Stay with us. The second shift we share today is the one almost every couple misses. If you've ever found yourself thinking, why do we keep having the same argument? Or why does connection feel harder than it used to? You're not alone. Welcome to Marriage, Intimacy and Healing with Andrew and Lara.
We're a husband and wife team, blending science-based coaching and clinical nervous system insight to help couples understand what's really happening underneath conflict, distance, and emotional shutdown.
I'm Lara. I'm an ICF PCC certified coach and educator.
And I'm Andrew, a licensed physical therapist specializing in body, mind, heart integration with extensive experience helping high-performing individuals navigate stress, communication, and emotional regulation.
Together, we help you recognize the patterns that pull you apart and offer practical, grounded shifts that bring you back into connection. Let's dive into today's episode. A big part of why we're passionate about this work is through our mission at Creative Restoration International, which is our work helping restore marriages and creative lives that feel disconnected and discouraged. So let's dive into today's episode.
Let's get into it.
I want to start by saying, what is betrayal? Because betrayal for different marriages can mean different things.
Yeah.
So for you, basically, if there's a break in trust in your marriage, there's a sign there that there was a betrayal, because every marriage is going to be different in terms of what they define in this area and what they allow. But here's what I'm going to clarify for you. There's different brackets. For example, sexual betrayal, it could be infidelity, which is cheating on each other. It can be an emotional affair. In a marriage, emotional affair really does matter through maybe texting or through telephone calls or something at the office. It might be pornography. It could be financial betrayal, secret spending or hidden debt or things like that that you were not aware of and you didn't know about. A lot of betrayal is about secrets that the other person doesn't know. It could be emotional betrayal, lying, withholding information, or repeated broken promises.
Yeah. Just saying that's the little one that seems small, but can end up being a big thing. The little repeated broken. Yeah. That's
really true. That's really true. And it can be small things like I'm going to be home at this time and not home at this time over a lot of years. It can create a feeling of not safety and a lack of trust, even though that might not be in the betrayal box we're talking about in this episode. All betrayal creates the same injury. It's a rupture in safety and trust that needs repair in your marriage. And I just want to normalize for couples who often minimize betrayal because it wasn't physical, but whatever it is, it still matters because the injury is real. So if one person in your marriage feels injured in a betrayal area, lean into that because it's going to bring you closer, which is going to make your life better too.
Yeah, that's a really strong thing.
Yes.
Really, really strong. The internal things or how we process it, how our nervous system reacts is as a physical injury can be. So emotional injuries, emotional wounds from our past are still very important and show up in our life.
We go, oh, that's your problem, or get over it. I said sorry for that a long time ago. Those things we want to just say, flag, be careful. Those things are not the way to behave in a marriage that is going to be the dream marriage that you hoped you would have when you got started on this journey. I was walking through this with a family where the wife had her husband start to have more of an emotional affair, texting, another person was involved in that. There was a few late night nightclub visits and there was some other things in their secret behavior on a computer. I'm not here to call everybody out because I know there are some people who don't define certain things. So here's the thing. Rather than me define what betrayal is, what it is in your marriage, are there secrets that the other person would be hurt by?
That's a good way to say it.
If there are secrets, we have a problem. We have an issue. I'm not saying that you can't have surprises. I'm not saying you can't have your own life. But secrets are deceptions, things the other person doesn't know about that you're hiding from them. And that's really what this episode is about.
If you know in your heart of hearts they're going to react to it, and you just keep it on the down low, then you know that there's an issue there. You know, there's something in the integrity in your heart. You got to face it and just, you know, bring it together, because as a married couple, you're one.
If you find yourself right now getting reactive, that's not betrayal, that reactiveness might be a sign. So I would lean into the reactiveness, because that can be your shame actually flipping itself and being defensive, when really deep down you know, hey, I don't want to change, but maybe I need to. So I was walking with this family, and this betrayal was so interesting to me because every time the wife felt triggered about it, she was met with defensiveness instead of compassion. Almost like, oh, yeah, get over it already. Like, I said sorry once for that. Like, oh, it's your problem. You have wounds and trauma from your childhood. Or so she wasn't met with compassion and curiosity. She was met with hostility and it's your fault. Now, I want to call that out, because in a marriage, that kind of behavior is not conducive to feeling safe, and feeling safe is really important. When you say your marriage vows, you are saying basically in a matter of words, I see you, I choose you, you are first, this is a union together, and I'm not going to put things between us that will threaten this union. And then we get married and think it's okay to put all these things there and blame the other person, which is actually separating your union.
That's good.
So I want to highlight that reassurance after a betrayal is needed for a long time. So it takes time to heal. It's not one and done. It's not, I said sorry and we had a great moment of tears and now you keep bringing it up and it's re-triggering the wound. Healing takes time because the nervous system doesn't feel safe, and safety takes time to build.
So let's describe what's happening in the body. So when there's been a betrayal of trust, or there's been some episode and something that's between you, then your body's going to go into the reactive and a sympathetic nervous system geared up state. It's a threat response for sure. It can be in small ways. So you might just find that your chest is tightening, might be some shallow breathing, but this is definitely where you're scanning the room, you're ready and reactive in your nervous system. You can feel that, oh, I'm agitated, I'm ready for something to drop, because your body remembers the pain, the emotional pain of that.
Yeah.
For sure.
So healing is not from one sorry, it's from consistency. It's, yes, you have a sincere apology moment, that's important too, but the consistency is where healing is.
But your nervous system doesn't reset because of an apology. The nervous system is a reactive thing that is showing you that you've got some journey to happen in psychologically, you've got some journey to happen emotionally before you're safe and you're healed.
And I want to normalize some of the looping that happens. This is why people end up going to psychologists, because the looping cycle is normally a key that something is not healed. And if your hurt partner is looping, that means there's unfinished business. If the betraying partner wants closure on the wound quickly, it's often due to their shame, but it doesn't see the fact that the looping and the building of safety takes time. Because betrayal in a marriage, not only is the betrayal, but it's the lying, it's the deceptiveness, it was what was behind closed doors, it's the rocking of the safety, it's the something got between our union and now I don't feel like safe with you anymore. And that's going to take time, those loopings. So don't let your shame, if you're the person who caused the wound and wanting to finish and close the door quickly because you're uncomfortable, stop the healing process for the person that you hurt. The myth is, I apologized once, therefore it should be okay. Can we just move on? That's a myth. A bit of research around this for those of you who like that is that trust is built through small, consistent actions, and that an attachment injury, and I want to break this down, needs a corrective emotional experience. So attachment in childhood, there's all different ones. We can have secure attachment, insecure attachment, how you're parented, and often those patterns will come into your marriage. And then what happens is we attach to our spouse. Now, if you have a secure attachment, you feel safe. You can walk into a room and not feel threatened, generally speaking. You can feel like a trust and a faithfulness between you and feel seen, known, and loved. If that attachment in your marriage has an injury, then a corrective emotional experience on repeat needs to happen for that to heal.
That's good.
Healing isn't erasing your past. It's actually creating new memories that then outweigh the weight of that wound, and that takes time.
So to tie it all in, so your body might be in this fight or flight mode, and it can really reactivate anytime. Your nervous system becomes alert to the possibility of being hurt again. You're not broken. This is your nervous system trying to protect you. So the reassurance that you need is not cleanliness. It's not over the top. I can say this as a guy. This is just needed because of what the nervous system has to go through, what the healing process needs to go through. And for longer term, the building block to build your marriage is reassurance many, many times.
Yeah, and the hurt partner is allowed to say, I don't feel safe today, or I don't feel safe right now. It's important if you've hurt them to not take that personally, because there is a nervous system response, there is a bigger picture, and lean into that, because the wrong response to I don't feel safe today, which might present itself in lots of ways, like, oh, you're looking at that person, or you did that, or are you, when you're on your phone, are you texting that person, or are you buying something that you shouldn't, or have you snuck alcohol, or whatever the wound is. The wrong response to the threat, even if you did nothing wrong and you were minding your own business, the wrong response is defensiveness. Do not be defensive. Lean in. There is a safety wound that needs rebuilding. The right response is, I'm here and I'm not going anywhere. I'm with you. I'm committed to the healing no matter how long it takes. Right?
Yeah. And that's a big thing. To, even if you feel like this was a small thing that you betrayed trust with something or other, and you feel like that's such a small thing, it might be a small thing to you to shift and to go where you are, but then a bigger thing for the hurt that is caused in the other person. And this was this couple we walked alongside, that it seemed to be that situation. But I think it was more powerful the more that the right response happened, that I'm here, I'm not going anywhere, I'm here for as long as it takes because I chose you. We're together. You're my first choice.
I love what Andrew just said. That's so important. So what happens when trust breaks? Your body goes into what mode?
Fight or flight. It goes into panic, threat state. So it goes into protection mode. So when it's in protection mode, most people feel some degree of tightness in the chest, or a posture change, or maybe their heart rate's cranking up. Sometimes it's in the gut. It's quite individual where you feel it, but you're going to feel some degree of like a running up the back of your neck, or something where you're alert, over alert, and you're in some panic, mini panic type state.
I actually have an example of this because someone was sharing with me that they were at a rehearsal, and their spouse had cheated on them in the past. And in that rehearsal, a beautiful woman walked into the room. There was a sexual betrayal in this story. And this beautiful woman walked in this gorgeous gown, because it was a Christmas Eve performance. And suddenly her body went into fight or flight. Huge threat. Like before wouldn't have even cared, would have felt safe. Like, I felt like my husband only sees me, or that he chooses me and I feel safe. Suddenly she's in this place of, you're looking, and she's in complete panic, and shares this with me, and is just having such an emotional breakdown. So I want to say that if that sort of thing is happening, it's completely normal. There is a nervous system response where a trigger can happen, and you've got to lean into that no matter how long it takes.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right. And it might, for you, also let your body remind itself of past wounding and past times that it's felt alone or left alone or rejected or that sort of thing. So just be open that this is not an overreaction. It is really just your nervous system trying to protect you. And the right response is, oh, my body just doesn't feel safe yet. And that's okay. It takes time, right? Just know that your body isn't overreacting. It's not part of the problem, or it's not the enemy to you getting better. It's just your body reacting as it should, and that it's part of the healing journey. When that your body's reacting better, it means you're more aligned and you're more in a healed state.
Yeah, and it's important to have compassion and understanding because these journeys, they do take time, and that rebuilding safety isn't just a mental thing. It's actually relational and it's embodied. Yeah. It's like when I say embodied, I mean it's in the body, it's in the nervous system as well. And that's going to take time. So keep leaning into that. We want to give you some practical tools to bring it home. Easiest one, if you've been hurt in any way, shape or form in a betrayal, obviously the first thing is that thing is brought into the light and there is an apology so that healing, the rupture can go into repair. But saying something as simple as, I don't feel safe right now, whatever it is, you might not have the words, it might not make sense. Like it could be like that woman that was in the rehearsal. I don't feel safe right now. And what this does is avoids blame language. It states that I don't feel safe. It de-escalates the conflict because you're not saying you're doing it again. It's based in emotional regulation research. When to do it is when there's a triggered moment. There was a triggered moment for that woman in the rehearsal. To say I don't feel safe right now, easy words. When there's an emotional withdrawal, could be another time that you could say, or when reassurance is needed, could be watching a film, it could be driving in the car, I don't feel safe right now. And then that's a place where reassurance is needed. Yeah.
So another tool, and this is a really powerful one. So it brings nervous system repair and it's practice around that. So if the partner in the relationship who's broken trust or brought the betrayal, it's for them to bring absolute consistency by some sort of corrective behavior or some sort of gesture or some bid for intimacy over 30 to even 90 days. So quite a long time.
Yeah.
Or as long as it takes. So this can be that you just check in and that you're wanting just to be transparent with them, to say, oh, I really missed you today. I was really busy at work. And you just talk through your day to just bring transparently what's happened for you today. And when they can see the honesty of that, that's just this reminder. And if that's once a day, every day, they can start to see the pattern of transparently what's happening for you day by day by day by day. And they can see your honesty with all that. Another one of a daily reassurance moment where you're just touching each other, saying, honey, I'm here for the long haul. I want to see our marriage restored. I want to
heal with you.
I want to heal with you. I want you and you alone. Or I want us to do our finances together, not alone. I want everything to be out in the open together.
Or I've set up accountability, for example, if it's alcohol or something, because I have worked with a lot of families and wives that have been affected by this. It's the ability to say, hey, I'm going to the meetings. I'm taking accountability to get myself well. It's not all on you.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be 5 minutes of I'm doing this and this and this and this and this to get better. It's just a quick reassurance. I'm in it for this. Yeah. And then it's just that, okay, I see you, whatever. That might be difficult because it might feel like you're broaching this place of... she's angry about that hurt in the past and you face that, but you can handle it. You both can handle it. It was worst when it first happened and came into the light, right? But now it's just a reassurance every day. And it is powerful. They're simple little things. When you should do this every day and for 30, 90 days, as long as it takes.
Yeah.
Quick, simple, but very powerful.
Yeah. Healing after betrayal isn't about going back and rehashing the wound over and over again. It's actually about building something safer, more honest, more real, wiser than maybe you even had before. And I think that a lot of the times that is the fruit. Or if you do the work well, that happens. You actually have something more real, something more honest than you did before.
It's true.
And so a little thing you can do is like, what is one thing that you could do, an action to rebuild safety in your marriage that you can commit to for the entire next month?
That's great. And we've seen this. We've seen it rebuild marriages. We've seen people heal, get better, and the things you replace the hurt with is stronger. And you're both stronger for it. And there's more love. Things are more invigorated. Things are more passionate. Things get better.
Yeah. And what we haven't talked about in this episode, but I just want to make sure that you feel seen if this is you, there are some times where it's just red flags. If the betrayal continues to happen and there's no sorry, then that is a different conversation for another day. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about healing, rupture, and repair. But if there's rupture and there hasn't been any sign from your spouse or partner that you are going into repair, that is a different conversation.
Yeah,
just want you to feel seen in that.
That's good.
If you want a simple tool to help you connect, you can go to andrewandlara.com and grab our free download. It is a simple body, mind, heart shift that you can do every day in 3 minutes to help rebuild the safety after betrayal. I would print it and put it on the fridge, and maybe that could be something that you do to build the safety in your marriage. Share this episode with your spouse or with another married couple that you know that needs to hear it. Subscribe on whatever platform you're on so that you don't miss a single episode.
Yeah, it's really helpful. Thank you.
If this episode has resonated with you and you would love to support this deeper work, creativerestorationinternational.com is where you can become a monthly partner and support this podcast. And we thank you for joining us in helping restore marriages and families. Thanks for joining us on today's Marriage, Intimacy and Healing. If this episode supported you, we'd love for you to download our free 3-minute BMH marriage reset at andrewandlara.com. It's the quickest way to shift out of stress and back into connection. And for deeper support and to explore our resources and coaching, you can find everything at andrewandlara.com.
Before you go, following the show or sharing this episode with another couple really helps more people find this kind of support. And we're so grateful when you do.
We're Andrew and Lara, and we'll see you next week.